Do you want to successfully complete the D464 Objective Assessment exam? Then you are in the right place. Our website provides a list of questions and answers for your success in the D464 OA exam for free. We understand that acing your OA exam can be quite challenging. That's why we provide completely free exam guides and practice questions for you. In this video, we will cover questions from operations layout, supply chain management, capacity planning, lean management, and project management. So, let's get started. 1. Which type of layout is characterized by arranging resources according to the sequence of operations that are performed during the production of a product? A. Process layout. B. Product layout. C. Fixed position layout. D. Cellular layout. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Product layout. Explanation. Option B is correct because a product layout, also known as an assembly line, arranges machinery and workstations in a line to follow the exact sequence of operations needed for a specific product, which is ideal for efficient mass production. Option A is incorrect because a process layout groups similar machines or functions together, which is suitable for producing a variety of products with different processing requirements. Option C is incorrect because a fixed position layout is used for large stationary products like ships or buildings, where workers and equipment are brought to the product. Option D is incorrect because a cellular layout groups machines into cells to produce families of parts with similar processing needs. 2. What is the main focus of the SCORE model in supply chain management? A. Reducing employee turnover. B. Integrating CRM systems. C. Optimizing the flow of goods and information. D. Increasing inventory levels. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Optimizing the flow of goods and information. Explanation. Option C is correct because the Supply Chain Operations Reference Model provides a standard framework for companies to analyze, measure, and improve their supply chain processes, with a primary goal of optimizing the flow of goods, information, and finances. Option A is incorrect because reducing employee turnover is a human resources function and not the main focus of the SCORE model. Option B is incorrect because while integrating CRM systems can be part of a supply chain strategy, it is not the central focus of the SCORE model's framework. Option D is incorrect because the SCORE model generally aims to optimize inventory levels for efficiency, not necessarily increase them. 3. Which capacity expansion strategy is best for a company facing fluctuating seasonal demand? A. Level capacity. B. Lag capacity. C. Chase demand. D. Hybrid strategy. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Chase demand. Explanation. Option C is correct because a chase demand strategy involves adjusting production rates to match demand fluctuations, such as by hiring temporary workers or using overtime during peak seasons. This approach minimizes inventory carrying costs, making it suitable for businesses with seasonal demand. Option A is incorrect because a level capacity strategy maintains a constant production rate, using inventory to absorb demand fluctuations. Option B is incorrect because a lag capacity strategy involves adding capacity only after demand has already increased, which could lead to missed sales opportunities. Option D is incorrect because a hybrid strategy combines elements of both level and chase strategies, but is not as purely reactive to demand as the chase strategy. 4. Which of the following describes the purpose of a poker yoke in quality management? A. Track overall equipment effectiveness. B. Eliminate human error in processes. C. Increase production speed. D. Monitor customer satisfaction. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Eliminate human error in processes. Explanation. Option B is correct because poka-yoke is a Japanese term for mistake proofing. It is a quality management technique that focuses on designing processes and systems in a way that makes it difficult or impossible for human errors to occur. Option A is incorrect because tracking overall equipment effectiveness is a metric used to measure manufacturing productivity, not a method for error proofing. Option C is incorrect because while eliminating errors can sometimes increase speed, the primary purpose of poka-yoke is to improve quality and prevent defects, not to speed up production. Option D is incorrect because monitoring customer satisfaction is a separate process, typically involving surveys and feedback, and is not the function of a poka-yoke. 5. What is the goal of job enrichment in the context of employee motivation? A. Increase the variety of tasks performed by employees. B. Reduce the number of work shifts. C. Increase the responsibility and autonomy of employees. D. Eliminate repetitive tasks. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Increase the responsibility and autonomy of employees. Explanation. Option C is correct because job enrichment aims to increase employee motivation by giving them more responsibility, control, and decision-making authority in their roles, making the job more challenging and meaningful. Option A is incorrect because this describes job enlargement, which involves adding more tasks at the same skill level, not necessarily increasing responsibility. Option B is incorrect because reducing work shifts is a scheduling decision and not the goal of job enrichment. Option D is incorrect because while job enrichment might involve replacing repetitive tasks with more complex ones, its primary goal is to increase autonomy and responsibility. 6. Which of the following tools is used to monitor and control inventory levels at predetermined intervals? A. Continuous review system. B. Periodic review system. C. Lean inventory system. D. FIFO method. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Periodic review system. Explanation. Option B is correct because a periodic review system involves checking and ordering inventory at fixed, regular intervals to bring stock levels up to a predetermined target. Option A is incorrect because a continuous review system monitors inventory levels constantly and places an order as soon as stock reaches a specific reorder point. Option C is incorrect because a lean inventory system is a broad philosophy aimed at minimizing waste, which often utilizes a continuous review or just-in-time approach rather than fixed intervals. Option D is incorrect because the FIFO method is an accounting technique for valuing inventory, not a system for monitoring and controlling stock levels. 7. Which strategy aims to achieve the lowest possible cost in supply chain management by minimizing inventory? A. Pull system. B. Push system. C. Vertical integration. D. Hybrid strategy. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Pull system. Explanation. Option A is correct because a pull system is a lean manufacturing strategy where production is based on actual customer demand. This minimizes inventory and waste, thereby reducing costs. Option B is incorrect because a push system involves producing goods based on forecasted demand, which can lead to higher inventory levels. Option C is incorrect because vertical integration is a strategy where a company owns multiple stages of its supply chain, which does not in itself guarantee minimal inventory. Option D is incorrect because a hybrid strategy combines elements of both push and pull systems and may not solely focus on minimizing inventory. 8. Which phase of the project lifecycle focuses on executing the activities that constitute the project plan? A. Planning. B. Conception. C. Execution. D. Termination. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Execution. Explanation. Option C is correct because the execution phase is where the project plan is put into action and the project team performs the work to create the deliverables. Option A is incorrect because the planning phase involves defining the project scope, objectives, and how the project will be executed. Option B is incorrect because the conception phase is where the project is first defined and authorized. Option D is incorrect because the termination phase involves formalizing the completion of the project and closing it out. 9. What is the main purpose of line balancing in an assembly line? A. Reduce labor costs. B. Distribute tasks evenly among workstations. C. Increase inventory holding time. D. Minimize the use of machinery. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Distribute tasks evenly among workstations. Explanation. Option B is correct because line balancing is the process of assigning tasks to workstations in a way that ensures each station has a similar amount of work. This minimizes bottlenecks and idle time, improving the overall efficiency of the assembly line. Option A is incorrect because while reducing labor costs can be a result of effective line balancing, the primary purpose is the even distribution of work. Option C is incorrect because line balancing aims to improve flow and reduce delays, which would decrease, not increase, inventory holding time. Option D is incorrect because line balancing focuses on optimizing the use of all resources, including machinery, not necessarily minimizing its use. 10. Which capacity planning approach accounts for unanticipated events by reserving extra production capacity? A. Effective capacity. B. Theoretical capacity. C. Safety capacity. D. Expansion capacity. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Safety capacity. Explanation. Option C is correct because safety capacity is the extra capacity maintained to handle unexpected increases in demand or disruptions in production, such as machine breakdowns. Option A is incorrect because effective capacity is the maximum output a company can realistically expect to achieve given its operational constraints, without accounting for unexpected events. Option B is incorrect because theoretical capacity is the maximum possible output under ideal, uninterrupted conditions, which is not a practical planning approach. Option D is incorrect because expansion capacity refers to the act of increasing overall capacity, not specifically the reservation of extra capacity for unexpected events. 11. Which tool can be used to identify the critical path of a project? A. PERT chart. B. Fishbone diagram. C. Flowchart. D. Control chart. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. PERT chart. Explanation. Option A is correct because a PERT chart is a network diagram used in project management to analyse and represent the tasks involved in completing a project. It helps in identifying the critical path, which is the longest sequence of tasks that determines the project's minimum duration. Option B is incorrect because a fishbone diagram is used for root cause analysis of problems. Option C is incorrect because a flowchart is a diagram that represents the steps in a process or workflow. Option D is incorrect because a control chart is a statistical tool used to monitor a process over time and determine if it is in a state of control. Which inventory management technique involves the supplier directly managing inventory levels at the customer's location? A. Vendor-managed inventory. B. Just-in-time. C. Safety stock system. D. Economic order quantity. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. Vendor-managed inventory. Explanation: Option A is correct because vendor-managed inventory is a supply chain practice where the supplier takes full responsibility for maintaining an agreed-upon inventory of their products at the customer's location. Option B is incorrect because just-in-time is a broader inventory strategy focused on receiving goods only as they are needed in the production process, thereby minimizing inventory levels. Option C is incorrect because a safety stock system involves holding extra inventory to guard against stockouts, but it is typically managed by the customer, not the vendor. Option D is incorrect because the economic order quantity is a formula used to calculate the optimal order size to minimize total inventory costs, not a management technique involving the supplier. 13. Which of the following describes process velocity? A. The ratio of value-added time to throughput time. B. The amount of time between the start and completion of a process. C. A measure of wasted time in the system. D. The average number of units produced per hour. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. A. The ratio of value-added time to the throughput time. Explanation: Option A is correct because process velocity, also known as flow efficiency, measures the efficiency of a process by comparing the time spent on value-added activities to the total time it takes for a unit to move through the process. Option B is incorrect because this defines throughput time or lead time. Option C is incorrect because while a low process velocity indicates wasted time, the term itself is a specific ratio, not just a general measure of waste. Option D is incorrect because this describes the production rate or throughput rate. 14. Which concept focuses on creating a service production line approach to improve efficiency? A. Design for manufacturability. B. Service blueprinting. C. Substitute technology for people. D. Kaizen. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: C. Substitute technology for people. Explanation: Option C is correct because substituting technology for people, such as using ATMs instead of bank tellers or online check-in for flights, is a key strategy to standardize service delivery and improve efficiency, mirroring a production line approach. Option A is incorrect because design for manufacturability focuses on designing products for ease of manufacturing. Option B is incorrect because service blueprinting is a tool used to visualize and analyze a service process, but it is not the approach itself. Option D is incorrect because Kaizen is a philosophy of continuous, incremental improvement involving all employees. 15. In operations management, what does a batch process refer to? A. Producing large quantities in one continuous run. B. Producing items in small customized orders. C. Producing in groups or batches before moving to the next step. D. Assembling different parts of a product concurrently. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Producing in groups or batches before moving to the next step. Explanation. Option C is correct because a batch process is a manufacturing method where a specific quantity of a product is produced in a group or batch, and the entire batch moves through each stage of production together. Option A is incorrect because this describes a continuous flow process. Option B is incorrect because this is characteristic of a job shop process. Option D is incorrect because assembling parts concurrently can occur in various production processes and does not define a batch process. 16. Which aspect of the SCORE model focuses on customer service and response time? A. Reliability. B. Flexibility. C. Assets utilization. D. Expenses. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Reliability. Explanation. Option A is correct because in the SCORE model, the reliability attribute measures the performance of the supply chain in delivering the correct product to the correct place at the correct time, which directly relates to customer service and response time. Option B is incorrect because the flexibility attribute measures the ability to respond to changes in demand or the market. Option C is incorrect because the assets/utilization attribute measures the efficiency of asset management. Option D is incorrect because the expenses attribute focuses on the costs associated with operating the supply chain. 17. Which of the following is an example of backward integration? A. Acquiring retail outlets to distribute products. B. Acquiring suppliers to control the supply chain. C. Increasing the number of distributors. D. Partnering with third-party logistics providers. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Acquiring suppliers to control the supply chain. Explanation. Option B is correct because backward integration is a form of vertical integration where a company gains control over its suppliers, for instance, a car manufacturer buying a tyre company. Option A is incorrect because this describes forward integration, where a company gains control over its distribution channels. Option C is incorrect because increasing the number of distributors is a distribution strategy, not an integration strategy. Option D is incorrect because partnering with third-party providers is a form of outsourcing, which is the opposite of integration. 18. Which strategy should a business use if it wants to maintain a constant production level, regardless of fluctuating demand? A. Chase strategy. B. Level strategy. C. Hybrid strategy. D. Expansion strategy. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Level strategy. Explanation. Option B is correct because a level strategy involves maintaining a stable production rate and workforce level, using inventory and backlogs to absorb fluctuations in demand. Option A is incorrect because a chase strategy aims to match production levels with demand fluctuations, leading to a variable production rate. Option C is incorrect because a hybrid strategy combines elements of both chase and level strategies, so production would not be entirely constant. Option D is incorrect because an expansion strategy is focused on increasing overall capacity, not on how to manage production levels in response to demand. 19. In the context of lean systems, what does SMED stand for? A. Single-minute efficiency deployment. B. System management for equipment design. C. Single-minute exchange of dies. D. Standard manufacturing equipment development. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Single-minute exchange of dies. Explanation. Option C is correct because SMED is a lean manufacturing technique for dramatically reducing the time it takes to change over a production line from one product to another. The single-minute goal refers to reducing changeover times to the single digits. Option A is incorrect as they do not represent the correct meaning of the SMED acronym. Option B is incorrect as they do not represent the correct meaning of the SMED acronym. Option D is incorrect as they do not represent the correct meaning of the SMED acronym. 20. In project management, which type of chart is most useful for visually comparing the durations of different activities? A. Gantt chart. B. Flowchart. C. Pareto chart. D. Control chart. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. Gantt chart. Explanation. Option A is correct because a Gantt chart is a bar chart that illustrates a project schedule with horizontal bars representing the start date, end date, and duration of each task, making it easy to visually compare activity lengths. Option B is incorrect because a flowchart illustrates the sequence of steps in a process, not their durations. Option C is incorrect because a Pareto chart is a bar graph that displays the frequency of problems in descending order, used to identify the most significant factors. Option D is incorrect because a control chart is used to monitor process performance over time to see if it remains within statistical control limits. 21. Which type of production process is characterized by items being produced continuously without interruption? A. Job shop. B. Batch process. C. Continuous flow. D. Line process. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Continuous flow. Explanation. Option C is correct because a continuous flow process involves the uninterrupted production of high-volume standardized products such as chemicals, oil, or paper. Option A is incorrect because a job shop produces low-volume, highly customized products with varied processing steps. Option B is incorrect because a batch process produces goods in groups or batches, with interruptions between each batch. Option D is incorrect because a line process involves a sequence of workstations, but may have slight interruptions or produce discrete units, unlike a true continuous flow. 22. Which tool in lean management helps visualize the flow of materials and identify inefficiencies? A. Kanban board. B. Value stream mapping. C. Histogram. D. PERT chart. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Value stream mapping. Explanation. Option B is correct because value stream mapping is a lean tool used to create a visual representation of all the steps in a production process, from raw materials to the customer. It helps identify waste and inefficiencies in the flow of materials and information. Option A is incorrect because a Kanban board is a visual tool used to manage workflow and limit work in progress, but it does not map the entire value stream. Option C is incorrect because a histogram is a statistical graph used to show the frequency distribution of data. Option D is incorrect because a PERT chart is a project management tool for scheduling and identifying the critical path. (23) What does the term bottleneck refer to in a production process? A. a resource that can produce more than required. B, the point in the process where inventory is stored. C, the longest task that limits the overall process throughput. D, a worker with multiple skill sets. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C, the longest task that limits the overall process throughput. Explanation. Option C is correct because a bottleneck is the slowest or most constrained stage in a process that limits the overall output or throughput of the entire system. Option A is incorrect because this describes a resource with excess capacity, the opposite of a bottleneck. Option B is incorrect because while inventory may accumulate before a bottleneck, the bottleneck itself is the constraining process, not the storage location. Option D is incorrect because a multi-skilled worker is a versatile resource, not a constraint. 24. What is the primary purpose of the 5 whys technique in root cause analysis? A, to analyze customer preferences. B, to identify the root cause of a problem. C, to streamline communication between departments. D, to develop a statistical model. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B, to identify the root cause of a problem. Explanation. Option B is correct because the 5 whys is an iterative interrogative technique used to explore the cause and effect relationships underlying a particular problem by repeatedly asking why. The technique aims to uncover the fundamental root cause. Option A is incorrect because analysing customer preferences typically involves market research tools like surveys and focus groups. Option C is incorrect because streamlining communication is an organisational goal, not the purpose of this specific problem-solving technique. Option D is incorrect because the 5 whys is a qualitative, deductive tool, not a method for developing a statistical model. 25. Which of the following describes job enlargement? A, assigning employees more challenging tasks to improve job satisfaction. B, reducing the number of work shifts. C, assigning employees more tasks of a similar nature. D, creating specialised roles for employees. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C, assigning employees more tasks of a similar nature. Explanation. Option C is correct because job enlargement involves horizontally expanding a job by adding more tasks at the same skill and responsibility level to increase variety and reduce monotony. Option A is incorrect because this describes job enrichment, which involves vertically expanding a job by adding more responsibility and challenge. Option B is incorrect because this relates to work scheduling, not job design. Option D is incorrect because creating specialised roles is job specialisation, which is the opposite of job enlargement. 26. What is the objective of a balanced scorecard in an organisation? A, track inventory levels across departments. B, set specific financial targets for each product. C, translate an organisation strategy into measurable goals. D, identify suppliers and their performance. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C, translate an organisation strategy into measurable goals. Explanation. Option C is correct because a balanced scorecard is a strategic management framework that translates an organisation's mission and strategy into a comprehensive set of performance measures across 4 key perspectives: financial, customer, internal business processes, and learning and growth. Option A is incorrect because tracking inventory is an operational metric that might fall under the internal business processes perspective but it is not the overall objective of the scorecard. Option B is incorrect because while financial targets are part of the scorecard, it also includes non-financial measures. Option D is incorrect because identifying and evaluating suppliers is a specific procurement activity, not the main purpose of the balanced scorecard. 27. Which approach is most suitable for products that are built to customer specifications after an order is received? A. Make to stock. B. Make to order. C. Assemble to order. D. Mass customization. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Make to order. Explanation. Option B is correct because the make-to-order production strategy involves manufacturing products only after a confirmed customer order is received, making it ideal for customized or low-volume goods built to specific requirements. Option A is incorrect because make-to-stock involves producing goods in anticipation of future demand and holding them in inventory. Option C is incorrect because assemble to order involves pre-assembling components that are later configured to a customer's order, which is a step further than MTO. Option D is incorrect because mass customization is a broader strategy that often uses MTO or ATO to provide customized products on a large scale. 28. In lean operations, what is the primary purpose of Kaizen? A. Conduct large-scale process improvements. B. Measure process performance against benchmarks. C. Implement continuous small incremental improvements. D. Improve employee compensation. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Implement continuous small incremental improvements. Explanation. Option C is correct because Kaizen is a Japanese philosophy that means continuous improvement. It focuses on making small, ongoing, incremental changes in the workplace to improve efficiency, quality, and eliminate waste, involving all employees from all levels of the organization. Option A is incorrect because Kaizen emphasizes small, continuous changes rather than large-scale disruptive improvements. Option B is incorrect because while measuring performance is part of the improvement cycle, the primary purpose of Kaizen is the implementation of improvements. Option D is incorrect because Kaizen is a process improvement philosophy, not a compensation strategy. 29. Which of the following metrics is commonly used to evaluate supply chain performance? A. Inventory turnover. B. Net present value. C. Return on equity. D. Employee retention rate. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Inventory turnover. Explanation. Option A is correct because inventory turnover is a key supply chain metric that measures how many times inventory is sold or used in a given period. A higher turnover rate generally indicates efficient inventory management. Option B is incorrect because net present value is a financial metric used to evaluate the profitability of an investment or project. Option C is incorrect because return on equity is a financial performance metric for shareholders, measuring a corporation's profitability in relation to stockholders' equity. Option D is incorrect because the employee retention rate is a human resources metric that measures the percentage of employees who remain with an organization over a period of time. 30. Which layout type is best suited for building complex, one-of-a-kind items such as ships or large aircraft? A. Fixed position layout. B. Cellular layout. C. Product layout. D. Process layout. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. Fixed position layout. Explanation. Option A is correct because in a fixed position layout, the product remains in one location due to its size and complexity, and resources such as labour, materials and equipment are brought to it. This is ideal for large-scale projects like shipbuilding or construction. Option B is incorrect because a cellular layout groups machines for producing families of similar parts and is not suitable for single, large-scale projects. Option C is incorrect because a product layout is designed for high-volume production of standardized products where the product moves along the line. Option D is incorrect because a process layout groups similar machines and is used for varied low-volume production, but not for large stationary items. 31. What is the main benefit of using a Kanban system in a manufacturing process? A. To reduce overall lead time. B. To increase the level of finished goods inventory. C. To ensure that employees have specialized roles. D. To create a centralized storage area for all materials. Can you guess the answer? Correct. Answer A. To reduce overall lead time. Explanation. Option A is correct because a Kanban system is a visual signaling method used in lean manufacturing to control the flow of work. By ensuring that production only occurs when there is a demand, it helps to reduce work-in-progress inventory, minimize waiting, and thereby shorten the overall lead time. Option B is incorrect because Kanban is designed to minimize inventory, not increase it. Option C is incorrect because while roles may be defined, ensuring specialization is not the primary benefit of a Kanban system. Option D is incorrect because Kanban promotes a decentralized, just-in-time flow of materials rather than a centralized storage area. 32. Which of the following is a key feature of responsive supply chains? A. Focus on efficiency and low cost. B. Ability to quickly respond to changes in customer demand. C. Relying on a push-based production system. D. Maximizing finished goods inventory. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Ability to quickly respond to changes in customer demand. Explanation. Option B is correct because responsive supply chains are designed for agility and speed, enabling them to react quickly to unpredictable demand and market changes. Option A is incorrect because this is the primary focus of an efficient supply chain, which prioritizes cost reduction over responsiveness. Option C is incorrect because push-based systems produce based on forecasts, which can be slow to react to actual demand changes. Responsive supply chains typically use pull-based systems. Option D is incorrect because maximizing inventory reduces flexibility and increases costs, which is contrary to the goals of a responsive supply chain. 33. What does vertical integration mean in supply chain management? A. Expanding a company's presence to new countries. B. Acquiring elements of the supply chain to improve control. C. Reducing the number of suppliers. D. Outsourcing non-core functions. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Acquiring elements of the supply chain to improve control. Explanation. Option B is correct because vertical integration is a strategy where a company owns and controls multiple stages of its supply chain, such as acquiring its suppliers or its distributors, to gain more control and reduce costs. Option A is incorrect because this describes geographic expansion or internationalization. Option C is incorrect because this is known as supplier-based rationalization. Option D is incorrect because outsourcing is the practice of hiring external parties to perform functions, which is the opposite of integration. 34. Which scheduling method calculates the capacity needed at work centres without considering the capacity available? A. Infinite loading. B. Finite loading. C. Backward scheduling. D. Forward scheduling. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. Infinite loading. Explanation. Option A is correct because infinite loading is a scheduling approach that assigns work to a work centre based on what is needed, without regard to the actual capacity of the work centre. It helps in identifying potential overloads and capacity shortfalls. Option B is incorrect because finite loading schedules work up to the capacity limits of each work centre, ensuring that the schedule is realistic. Option C is incorrect because backward scheduling starts from a due date and works backward to determine the start date, but it can be used with either infinite or finite loading. Option D is incorrect because forward scheduling starts from the present time and determines the earliest possible completion date, and can also be used with either loading method. 35. Which tool is most suitable for determining the root causes of a particular quality issue in a manufacturing process? A. Scatter diagram. B. Cause and effect diagram. C. Gantt chart. D. Control chart. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Cause and effect diagram. Explanation. Option B is correct because a cause and effect diagram, also known as a fishbone or Ishikawa diagram, is a visual tool used to brainstorm and categorize the potential causes of a specific problem or effect, making it ideal for root cause analysis. Option A is incorrect because a scatter diagram is used to show the relationship between two variables. Option C is incorrect because a Gantt chart is a project scheduling tool that shows the timeline of tasks. Option D is incorrect because a control chart is used to monitor a process over time to detect variations and determine if it is stable. 36. What is the primary purpose of aggregate planning in operations management? A. Determine individual worker schedules. B. Create long-term production and resource plans. C. Set specific inventory levels for finished goods. D. Increase product customization. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Create long-term production and resource plans. Explanation. Option B is correct because aggregate planning is a medium-term planning process that determines the overall production levels, inventory, and resources needed to meet forecasted demand at an aggregate level, rather than for individual products. Option A is incorrect because this is part of detailed short-term scheduling, which occurs after aggregate planning. Option C is incorrect because setting specific inventory levels is an output of aggregate planning, but the primary purpose is the overall resource and production plan. Option D is incorrect because increasing product customization is a product strategy, not the purpose of aggregate planning. 37. Which of the following metrics would be used to assess environmental sustainability in a supply chain? A. Employee training hours. B. Carbon footprint. C. Order fulfillment rate. D. Total sales revenue. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, B. Carbon footprint. Explanation. Option B is correct because the carbon footprint measures the total greenhouse gas emissions caused by an organization's activities, including its supply chain. It is a key indicator of environmental impact and sustainability. Option A is incorrect because employee training hours is a human resources or development metric. Option C is incorrect because the order fulfillment rate is a customer service and logistics performance metric. Option D is incorrect because total sales revenue is a financial performance metric. 38. What does the critical path method help project managers determine? A. The shortest task in the project. B. The longest path that will determine the project duration. C. The level of inventory required for each activity. D. The project cost estimate. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. The longest path that will determine the project duration. Explanation. Option B is correct because the critical path method is a project management technique that identifies the longest sequence of dependent tasks. The duration of this path determines the shortest possible completion time for the entire project. Option A is incorrect because CPM focuses on the longest path, not the shortest individual task. Option C is incorrect because CPM is a scheduling tool and does not determine inventory levels. Option D is incorrect because while CPM provides the time basis for cost estimation, its primary function is not to estimate costs directly. 39. Which strategy aims to enhance a service encounter by addressing failures promptly? A. Service recovery. B. Job rotation. C. Continuous improvement. D. Service blueprinting. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Service recovery. Explanation. Option A is correct because service recovery refers to the actions a company takes in response to a service failure. The goal is to resolve the problem for the dissatisfied customer and restore their confidence and loyalty. Option B is incorrect because job rotation is an employee development strategy where staff members are moved between different roles. Option C is incorrect because continuous improvement is a broad philosophy of making ongoing small changes, not just a response to failures. Option D is incorrect because service blueprinting is a tool for designing and analysing service processes, not for responding to failures. 40. Which of the following statements best describes design for manufacturability? A. Creating a design that minimises costs and production time. B. Developing a new product based solely on customer feedback. C. Designing a product with complex assembly requirements. D. Using manual processes to enhance product quality. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. Creating a design that minimises costs and production time. Explanation. Option A is correct, because design for manufacturability is the engineering practice of designing products to be easy and cost-effective to produce. This involves simplifying the design, using standard components, and optimizing the manufacturing process. Option B is incorrect because while customer feedback is important, DFM specifically focuses on the manufacturing aspect of the design. Option C is incorrect because DFM aims to simplify assembly, not make it more complex. Option D is incorrect because DFM often favours automation and efficient processes over manual ones, unless manual processes are more cost-effective for a specific application. 41. What type of layout pattern is best suited for producing highly customised goods with differing production requirements? A. Product layout. B. Cellular layout. C. Process layout. D. Fixed position layout. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Process layout. Explanation. Option C is correct because a process layout groups similar machines and functions together. This provides the flexibility needed to handle a wide variety of products with different processing sequences and requirements, which is typical for customized goods. Option A is incorrect because a product layout is rigid and designed for high-volume standardized production. Option B is incorrect because a cellular layout is for families of similar parts, not for highly diverse, customized goods. Option D is incorrect because a fixed position layout is for very large, immobile products like ships or buildings. 42. Which method involves the statistical analysis of historical data to understand demand patterns and plan for future production? A. Judgmental forecasting. B. Statistical forecasting models. C. Delphi method. D. Infinite loading. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Statistical forecasting models. Explanation: option B is correct because statistical forecasting models use historical data and mathematical techniques to identify patterns and predict future demand. Option A is incorrect because judgmental forecasting relies on opinions and intuition from experts, not statistical analysis of past data. Option C is incorrect because the Delphi method is a specific type of judgmental forecasting that gathers opinions from a panel of experts through anonymous questionnaires. Option D is incorrect because infinite loading is a capacity planning technique, not a forecasting method. 43. What is the cash-to-cash conversion cycle? A. The time required to produce a batch of goods. B. The average time taken to collect cash after making payments for raw materials. C. The cost associated with maintaining inventory. D. The process of reducing lead time in manufacturing. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. The average time taken to collect cash after making payments for raw materials. Explanation: option B is correct because the cash-to-cash conversion cycle measures the number of days it takes for a company to convert its investments in inventory and other resources back into cash from sales. It essentially tracks the time between paying for raw materials and receiving cash from customers. Option A is incorrect because this describes the manufacturing cycle time. Option C is incorrect because this describes inventory carrying cost. Option D is incorrect because this is a general process improvement goal, not the definition of the cash-to-cash cycle. 44. Which of the following describes economies of scale? A. Increased cost per unit due to increased production volume. B. Reduced costs per unit as production volume increases. C. Maintaining constant costs regardless of production volume. D. Increasing production efficiency through outsourcing. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Reduced costs per unit as production volume increases. Explanation: option B is correct because economies of scale is an economic principle where the per unit cost of production decreases as the volume of output increases. This is often due to factors like bulk purchasing discounts and spreading fixed costs over more units. Option A is incorrect because this describes dice economies of scale. Option C is incorrect because this describes constant returns to scale. Option D is incorrect because while outsourcing can affect efficiency, it's not the definition of economies of scale. 45. Which tool helps evaluate the performance of an individual workstation over time? A. Control chart. B. Cause and effect diagram. C. Scatter diagram. D. Gantt chart. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, A. Control chart. Explanation: Option A is correct because a control chart is a statistical process control tool used to monitor a process or workstation's performance over time. It helps to distinguish between common cause and special cause variation, indicating whether the process is stable and in control. Option B is incorrect because a cause and effect diagram is used to identify the potential root causes of a problem, not to track performance over time. Option C is incorrect because a scatter diagram is used to analyze the relationship between two variables. Option D is incorrect because a Gantt chart is a project management tool used for scheduling tasks and tracking project progress. 46. In operations management, what is the main goal of resource leveling? A. Reduce the total cost of production. B. Minimize variations in employee workload. C. Increase lead time to reduce stress on supply chain. D. Add additional capacity to maximize output. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, B. Minimize variations in employee workload. Explanation. Option B is correct because resource leveling is a project management technique that aims to resolve overallocations or conflicts by adjusting the schedule to create a more consistent or level workload for the resources involved. Option A is incorrect because while cost reduction can be a benefit, the primary goal is to smooth out resource usage. Option C is incorrect because the objective is to manage the schedule effectively, which often means trying to avoid increasing the overall lead time. Option D is incorrect because resource leveling works with existing capacity. It does not add capacity. 47. Which of the following accurately describes lean operating systems? A. Systems that focus on increasing the volume of production. B. Systems that aim to eliminate waste and reduce costs. C. Systems that rely on large inventories to maintain production stability. D. Systems that produce goods in anticipation of future demand. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, B. Systems that aim to eliminate waste and reduce costs. Explanation. Option B is correct because lean operating systems are centered on the principle of systematically identifying and eliminating all forms of waste in a process to improve efficiency, quality, and reduce costs. Option A is incorrect because lean focuses on value and flow, often promoting smaller batch sizes rather than simply increasing volume. Option C is incorrect because lean principles aim to minimize inventory, as it is considered a form of waste. Option D is incorrect because this describes a push system, whereas lean systems typically operate on a pull system, producing only what is needed based on customer demand. 48. Which capacity expansion option allows a business to gradually increase capacity in response to increased demand? A. Leading capacity strategy. B. Lagging capacity strategy. C. Incremental capacity expansion. D. Capacity utilization. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Incremental capacity expansion. Explanation. Option C is correct because incremental capacity expansion involves adding capacity in small amounts over time, often to match the gradual growth in demand. This approach is less risky than making large, infrequent capacity additions. Option A is incorrect because a leading capacity strategy involves adding capacity in anticipation of future demand. Option B is incorrect because a lagging capacity strategy involves adding capacity only after demand has already exceeded capacity. Option D is incorrect because capacity utilization is a metric that measures how much of the available capacity is being used, not an expansion strategy. 49. Which of the following is a potential advantage of outsourcing? A. Greater control over the quality of products. B. Increased operational complexity. C. Reduced capital investment in production. D. Higher transportation costs. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Reduced capital investment in production. Explanation. Option C is correct because by outsourcing a function like manufacturing, a company can avoid the significant upfront capital investment required for facilities, equipment, and technology, as the outsourcing partner already has these assets. Option A is incorrect because a potential disadvantage of outsourcing is reduced control over quality. Option B is incorrect because managing external partners can increase, not decrease, operational complexity. Option D is incorrect because higher transportation costs can be a disadvantage, especially if outsourcing to a distant location. 50. Which approach involves adjusting production schedules to accommodate fluctuations in customer demand? A. Push strategy. B. Pull strategy. C. Chase demand strategy. D. Level capacity strategy. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. C. Chase demand strategy. Explanation. Option C is correct because a chase demand strategy involves altering production levels, workforce size, and other resources to directly match fluctuations in customer demand, thereby chasing the demand curve. Option A is incorrect because a push strategy produces goods based on forecasts, not in reaction to actual demand fluctuations. Option B is incorrect because a pull strategy is a system where production is triggered by actual customer orders, and it is the mechanism often used to execute a chase strategy. However, chase is the name of the overall strategy itself. Option D is incorrect because a level capacity strategy maintains a constant production rate, using inventory to buffer against demand fluctuations. You have reached the end of our first question set. For the free complete exam preparation, visit our website link in the description, where you find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.